Back in 1995, a group of guys from Des Moines, Iowa started a band called Slipknot. Fast forward 20 years, and this band has become the biggest name in heavy metal. Led by the charismatic Corey Taylor, they've earned Grammy nominations and rock the top of the Billboard charts. Over the course of their musical journey, Slipknot built a super dedicated fan club called Maggots. Now, many bands have some super fans, but why do people adore Slipknot so much out of all the metal bands? You might think it's just because of their music, and that's part of it, but there's more to the story. Their intense energy and dark lyrics connect with folks who've struggled with inner demons or felt like outsiders. But they didn't just sit around and play music. They worked harder than most bands to get where they are. They created an image that matched their wild sound. When they hit the stage, it's like a battlefield, and they've been giving it their all from day one, and they still do today. Now, before we talk about the reasons behind their meteoric rise, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for a wild ride through music history. In the early 90s in Des Moines, Iowa, the heavy metal music scene was like a musical chairs. In 1991, Atomic Opera, led by the talented guitarist Jim Root, was the popular band in town. Meanwhile, drummer Joey Jordison was playing with Mata Phidias at a place called Runway. They even opened for Atomic Opera in December of 1991, but then their guitarist left to join Atomic Opera, the more successful band. So, Jordison brought in a local guitarist named Craig Jones. Around the same time, drummer Sean Crawhin was creating music with his band, Heads on the Wall. They played funky metal cover songs at local spots, and even made a demo tape in July of 1992. In Des Moines, there was another group called Vex playing heavy death metal. Anders Kolsefny was on drums, Paul Gray played the bass, and Josh Brainerd was on guitar and vocals. Later, Kolsefny took over as the singer. Sean Crawhin used to go to Runway on Sundays, which was a rare all-ages event. This was where he'd meet and play with young musicians coming up with new songs. By March of 1993, Crawhin was jamming with Kolsefny, Gray, and Patrick Newworth. They wrote songs and practiced in Gray's basement, but they couldn't decide on a name for their band. During this creative period, they recorded a track that would change everything: Slipknot. In December of 1995, Slipknot started recording at SR Audio, a studio in their hometown. Since they didn't have a recording contract, they paid for it themselves, and it cost them around $40,000. During the recording process, the band realized that they needed to add some extra sounds, but they couldn't reproduce them live. So Jones became the band's sampler, and Mick Thompson joined as the new guitarist. After a long and complex mixing and mastering process, they released Mate, Feed, Kill, Repeat on Halloween, October 31st, 1996. At first, the band and their producer, Sean McMahon, were in charge of distributing the demo. Then they handed it over to the distribution company Isthmus Recordings in early of 1997. While they were working in the studio, Slipknot kept doing local shows. In September of 1997, during one of these shows, Kolsefny announced that he was leaving the band. His spot on percussion was filled by Greg Welts, who they affectionately called Cuddles. In early 1998, Slipknot put together a second demo with 5 tracks specifically for record labels. The band was starting to catch the attention of those labels. Early in 1999, the album was complete, and the band embarked on their first tour as part of the Ozfest lineup. Ozfest helped expand Slipknot's fanbase, and it set the stage for the release of their self-titled album. Their self-titled album brought them massive recognition. Alongside the album, they released their first home video titled Welcome to Our Neighborhood, featuring music videos for Wait and Bleed and Spit It Out. These singles received airplay and contributed to their rapid rise. Slipknot's popularity grew through touring and word of mouth, leading to shows in various countries in 1999 and 2000. In early 2000, Slipknot's self-titled album was certified platinum, making it a monumental success for a record released by Roadrunner Records. With the immense success of their debut album, anticipation for Slipknot's second release was intense. In early 2001, the band started recording their second album, Iowa, at Sound City and Sound Image Studios in Los Angeles. However, extensive touring and recording schedules began to take a toll on the band, leading to internal conflicts. Despite the challenges, the recording process was completed in February of 2001, and Slipknot embarked on their Iowa World Tour. The Iowa album was finally released on August 28, 2001, peaking at number 3 on the Billboard charts and reaching number 1 in the UK. The album included notable tracks such as the Heretic Anthem, Left Behind, and My Plague. Iowa brought Slipknot a wave of success, leading to sold-out arena shows in various countries. The band's remarkable presence in the music scene continued to grow. Mid-2002 saw Slipknot take a hiatus due to internal conflicts among the band members. During this period, several members explored side projects. Corey Taylor and Jim Root revived Stone Sour, while Joey Jordison created Murder Dolls. Sean Crawhan founded To My Surprise, and DJ Wilson embarked on a solo project as DJ Starscream. This raised questions about the band's future, as fans speculated whether there would be a third album or if the split was permanent. In January of 2003, Slipknot addressed these concerns through an official update on their website, denying rumors of their disbandment and affirming their unity. Nonetheless, on November 22, 2002, Slipknot released their second DVD, Disaster Pieces. After a series of delays, Slipknot entered The Mansion in Los Angeles in mid-2003 to work on their third album, collaborating with producer Rick Rubin. By early 2004, the album was complete, leading to the launch of the Subliminal Verses World Tour. During the extensive touring in support of Volume 3, The Subliminal Verses, Slipknot went on hiatus once again at the end of 2005. On December 5, 2006, Slipknot released their third DVD, Voluminal, Inside the Nine. During this hiatus, several band members further explored side projects. Corey Taylor and Jim Root returned to Stone Sour. Joey Jordison toured with several bands and produced for other artists. Sean Crawhan founded Dirty Little Rabbits, and DJ Wilson resumed his solo project as DJ Starscream. Slipknot began preparations for their fourth album towards the end of 2007. The album produced 5 singles: All Hope Is Gone, Psychosocial, Dead Memories, Sulfur, and Snuff. 2009 marked the 10th anniversary of Slipknot's debut album, leading to a special edition release of the album in September of 2009. During 2008 and up until October 31, 2009, Slipknot toured extensively, leading to the band's third hiatus. During this hiatus, members continued to focus on their respective side projects. Tragically, on May 24, 2010, the band faced a devastating loss. Bassist Paul Gray, a beloved member of the band, passed away in an Urbandale, Iowa hotel room. Paul Gray's death marked a challenging time for the band, and there was uncertainty about Slipknot's future. Members had different reactions and provided varying statements in interviews regarding the band's continuation.
Pissed off or whatever, or happy as fuck. I don't know. It's all kinds of different things. I mean, like, he's just a clown, man, and it's without him there would be no Slipknot.
To honor Paul Gray's memory, the band released their fourth video album, Sicknesses, on September 28, 2010. This video album featured Slipknot's entire live performance at the 2009 Download Festival and a 45-minute film documenting their tour in support of All Hope Is Gone. In late 2013, Slipknot began working on their fifth album. This album, described by Corey Taylor as very dark, was seen as a blend of their previous albums, Iowa and Volume 3, The Subliminal Verses. Guitarist Jim Root refrained from participating in Stone Sour's tour in January to focus on writing material for Slipknot. However, in December of 2013, Slipknot faced a major setback when Joey Jordison, a founding member and drummer, departed from the band, citing personal reasons. This departure was initially shrouded in mystery and confusion. Despite the setback, Slipknot continued, releasing their first song in 6 years, The Negative One, in August of 2014, accompanied by a music video directed by Sean Crawhan. The album 5, The Gray Chapter, was released on October 17, 2014, featuring tracks like The Devil in I. This album marked a turning point in Slipknot's history and was dedicated to the memory of Paul Gray. Slipknot embarked on their Prepare for Hell tour, co-headlined by Korn, with King 810 providing support. A significant change was visible in their live performances as they introduced a new bassist and drummer to replace Paul Gray and Joey Jordison, both of whose identities were concealed.
And there's like a buzz out there. Have you been out there to see it?
I've been running around. I haven't been too far into the crowd. Luckily today we've got like a nice look.
In July of 2015, Slipknot had to halt a performance after percussionist Alessandro Venturella experienced a medical emergency. He was replaced for the remainder of the show, and it was later revealed that his collapse was due to severe dehydration. 5, the Grey Chapter, and Slipknot's associated touring marked a significant phase in their career, filled with challenges and adaptations. Their experimental side was showcased in August of 2019 with the release of Look Outside Your Window, an album of outtakes from the 2008 All Hope Is Gone sessions. This album was unique and had an experimental edge, deviating from Slipknot's traditional sound. In the same month, Slipknot released a short film directed by Sean Crawhan titled Pollution, along with the release of the single Nero Forte. In August of 2019, Slipknot's 6th studio album, We Are Not Your Kind, was released. The album's singles, Unsainted, Solway Firth, Birth the Cruel, and Nero Forte showcase their evolving musical direction. Their work continued in the following years, and in 2022, the band released their 7th album, The End, So Far. The band saw further changes in June of 2023 with the departure of sampler and keyboardist Craig 133 Jones, who had been with the band since 1996. The exact reasons behind this departure were not immediately clear. Slipknot continued to evolve and adapt to the changes in their lineup and musical direction. No doubt about it, Slipknot is one of the all-time best metal bands. Their music has shaped the genre, and their live shows are pure magic. You can instantly recognize their unique sound, and they are a true powerhouse. If you're into metal, you've got to give Slipknot a listen.